Today's June 19th, 2017. I'm back from the Jersey Shore, John, and
surprised we dragged you back.
I know, the weather was perfect down there.
You just missed being in office for the podcast, the Investitude podcast.
Oh, that's right, the Investitude podcast. And I said to a girl today at the coffee place, I said, today's June 19th, because the girl downstairs, it's her birthday. I said, you know why else this is famous? And she said, no. I said, it's Juneteenth.
Teenth?
Yeah, Juneteenth.
Which means?
It's back in the day when Lincoln signed the Emancipation Proclamation. It took forever to get to Texas. Through all
Pony Express kind of thing.
Yeah, they didn't have
coaches.
Twitter.
Right.
Lincoln didn't tweet out, I'm freeing all the slaves today. It's good.
And by the way, this director over at the FBI, even though we don't have one yet, he's a real...
He would have said something about one of his generals. Who was that first general, the one that got fired?
Grant?
No, he hired Grant. It was the other guy. God, I should know that. Should be right on the tip of my tongue. He's fired. Bad general. Bad. Terrible. Terrible bull run. But by the time the emancipation... Somebody should tweet like Lincoln.
Yeah.
They should have Lincoln tweet like Trump. That would be a good, funny account.
That would be good.
Well, they made him a vampire, didn't they?
Did they?
Lincoln.
Oh, yeah. Abraham Lincoln, the vampire hunter.
Yeah, so why don't they make Trump Lincoln Trump?
Well, they could.
Why not? We should set up that account. So anyway, it took till June 19th to make it to Texas, and they used to celebrate it all the time. Maybe it'll come back, but there's I think a slave cemetery somewhere off of LBJ or 95 or whatever down there. So anyway, that's June 19th. Today's kind of special because Chris from Investitude came over, and rather than do a pod, since he's standing right here, let's talk to him about his weekend up in Vegas playing. He's a professional poker player, so you might get something here, Chris.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hey Chris, great to have you here, man.
Great to be here.
And by the way, folks, it only makes sense that a guy who's a professional poker player would be over there running the show over at Investitude because, we try to move the odds into our favor, do we not?
That's right. That's what it's all about.
I mean, when we see unusual activity, we try to figure out not which is the way we can make the most money, but which is the way we can actually take the least amount of risk to make the most money, which is an important distinction because we could just buy a whole bunch out of the money calls and, some high percentage of the time, those out of the money calls would be worthless. We try to pick something that's going to move with the market and then maybe even set it up into a spread, which is more or less, the type of poker you play isn't the World Series of Poker. You do a World Series of Poker derivative. Is that right?
It's one of the mini events from the main event. So they have about 60 tournaments every summer. That's part of the World Series of Poker. The main one is the last event, but I play in one of the smaller events. It's more of a specialized game, but.
And it's not just Texas Hold'em like the World Series of Poker, right?
It's a variant of Texas Hold'em. So you get 4 cards instead of 2 cards, and it's also a high-low game. So half the pot goes to the high hand, half the pot goes to the low hand, if there is a qualifying low hand.
Okay, and what's the buy-in for this particular tournament that you were in?
So I won a satellite into the $10,000 championship, which top prize was, I think, just shy of $400,000. So
nice.
It was 150 players, the best 150 players in the world, put up $10,000 to come play for $400,000. It was over a 3-day event.
How far did you get?
So I made it to day 2. I believe 64 players made it to day 2, and I busted out in 50th place. So I got 50th out of about 154 players, and the top 26 got paid. So not quite there. I had to make a couple key hands at that point in the tournament, and the cards didn't fall. So, but it was a great experience. I had a lot of fun.
And you're going back.
I'm going back on Thursday. Going to play pot limit this time, so higher stakes, but same game variant, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Is it also a $10,000 buy-in?
This one's going to be a $1,500, but okay. I might play the stud high-low on Saturday, which is a $10,000 buy-in. So we'll see how it goes. It depends on how I adjust my position size to bring it into options terms. So
right. So you're going to be playing out in Vegas. You start Thursday or Friday?
Friday morning. So I'm flying out Thursday night, playing Friday morning. And we'll see. I got an open-ended ticket, so.
And you're kind of hoping you have another Clovis or Whole Foods that stakes you for the tournament, right?
That would be fantastic. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot like options trading. It's very, very similar. A lot of same situations. So, what are you guys trading today?
Wait. Let's plug Investitate.
Sure, let's do it.
The buy-in is $15,000.
1,500.
1,500. The buy-in for Investitute's not nearly that. Just
No,
FYI. I
we
had
have-
to segue into that.
We have options from $39.95 a month all the way up to our premium services and our education packages. So we got a little bit of something for everyone.
That's true. And just 15 minutes ago, somebody on Twitter was asking, Doc, Lighthouse Point, how many trades a week do I get? You get one option trade, but you get webinars and you get entry and exit, which a lot of people, especially on Twitter, make claims that they get people into trades, but they don't get them out, unfortunately. Right. We, even if it's a loser, we'll say, cut the losses, move on.
Yep. And, of course, it's run by Ron Ianieri, who's a fantastic trader, great educator. He really knows his stuff, and he's very good about staying on top of the positions. He's doing fantastic. So
yep, we're very proud of Ron and the coaching team, as well as, of course, the traders over there at Investitute. And Chris, I wish you a lot of luck out there in Vegas. I hope you make it past the top 50 this time and maybe get into the top 10.
Thanks a lot, John. I appreciate it. Thanks for being here.
And he might win it all. Who knows?
Yeah,
he could.
Then he can buy lunch at Chicken Planet.
Is that the best we can do?
Yeah,
we're not going to go out for steak if he wins it all?
If he wins, we're going to have to go somewhere other than Chicken Planet downtown. So,
by the way, Andrew, remember Friday we were talking about as the Whole Foods screamed to the upside. They were still buying calls, but they're only buying them at about the 42 strike.
I think you called it chump insurance.
Yeah, chump insurance, exactly. Well, you know what else they bought Friday, and I bought? I think we disclosed it both on Fast Money, Halftime Report, as well as on our podcast. We were buying SFM, Sprouts Fresh Market, as well as Kroger, KR. Today, they're hitting again. They're still back because they were overdone. This is only 2.3%.
Oh, to the downside. No. They bought them because they went down.
They bought them because they went down so hard. Yeah. I mean, collectively, the stocks in the competitive space where Whole Foods is, Super Value, Kroger, Target, Walmart, they dropped $25 billion in market cap. Meanwhile, Amazon screamed up better than 3%, which means they got the deal for free.
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, that's...
And it was up today. It hit an all-time high.
That's like gangster.
Yeah.
Like, we're buying you. And you know what? Our stock's going up just enough, so it's free. I mean, like, I get your whole... I can make $31 billion.
I was listening to the guys from Neuberger Berman. There's some friends of ours over there that run that fabulous firm. And they were saying that they hope that a sweetened bid comes because they think Amazon's getting it too cheap.
You
here
said
at
that
13.7 bill. I think they stole it.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks, shoot at us and say, well, not really. Again, just to build out what they're getting with the Whole Foods acquisition from a bricks and mortar standpoint, along with solar panels on the roof and, the lighting, the land acquisition, all the things that go into owning a store, I think was $5.5 billion was my back of the envelope calculation, Andrew. So in other words, for about $7 billion, they get Whole Foods as well. So because it would have cost them that much just to build out the space. Now they get that and the Whole Foods brand and 12 million loyal customers for $13.7 billion.
Well, I have to go down to Whole Foods tonight. As you know, I go there all the time. I'm
for your
go
chicken?
Chicken Tuesday.
Chicken Tuesday.
So
okay.
Today is Monday. They don't really have a deal on Monday. It's Chicken Tuesday, Sandwich Thursday.
By the way, I guess Costco's going to go after them with $4.99 rotisserie chicken.
Dude, those chickens are on drugs. They're like steroid, government. You should see how plump they are. They're plump with...
Are we talking Whole Foods or Costco?
No, Whole Foods chickens are happy. They're mellow. They run around. They talk to each other. They're all, they're all Bernie Sanders chickens. They get everything. It's like everything's cool. But over at the Costco, man, they're like Trump chickens. They're all pumped up on steroids, man. They're all anxious. They're all anxious. But no, seriously, if you look at the chickens, they're very, very plump over Costco.
Yeah, they're much bigger.
But that's all government chicken. Anyway.
Government chicken.
But anyway, that's
send Andrew the hate for that one, folks.
Yes,
at Coffee.
bring it
Grounds.
at me, man, because I'm a Whole Foods fan. But I'm going to talk to some of my hipster friends.
Yep.
Over at Whole Foods and ask them. Actually, my brother was funny. He said, "Are you going to go to Amazon to get your chicken now?" But
he said, "I'm not going to have to. I got Prime. They're going to bring it to me."
No. I didn't say that. So instead of saying I'm going to the Whole Foods now, I'm going to say I'm going over to Amazon. You need anything? And then have people go, "It's not Amazon." It's
yes, it is.
It's like with the Willis Tower. It's always be Sears Tower. There'll always be Whole Foods. I was saying, no, it's not Amazon now.
It's Amazon.
Maybe they'll start selling records at Amazon.
And books.
Excuse me.
They already sold books, right?
And they got tapes. Yeah, maybe they'll put a record section because I love records.
Remember, you can subscribe through iTunes or YouTube, folks. Tell your friends about the podcast, and we'll see you tomorrow for the Invest 2 podcast.